Alright, y'all, good morning. Again, it's another day. It's the 27th of August, 2024. And pretty much, basically, let me check real quick. Yeah, it is the 27th. I have another story for y'all. Pretty much, I guess there's a buffalo, a water buffalo on the loose in Iowa. It was, reported to the police of Des Moines, in Iowa, and obviously the buffalo was pretty aggressive, so the citizens were pretty much told not to go near it. There was a expert on the field that was recruited to to help the investigation, but obviously they shot him once because it was being so aggressive, but weren't able to capture him. So obviously that's something to think about. And of course, sidetracking real quick, the Olympics have happened. They lasted about 17 days. We all know it took place in Paris, France. Some of the keynotes to take away is pretty much the basketball team, Team USA. They won another gold medal in another country, in another city, and they did really great. Some keynotes to take away are pretty much President Joe Biden drops out of the race for re-election and says that Kamala Harris is a perfect candidate. Obviously, there's two conventions going at it, the Republican one and the Democratic one. Let's all take into account that the Republican convention, the Republican National Convention, kicked off first, took place first, and then approaching the Democrat National Convention, President Biden drops out of the race and Kamala Harris takes charge. So obviously, we all know Kamala Harris is from California, or is representing California. And obviously, there's a lot of negotiations that happen in that, and pretty much that's pretty much it. Pretty much, the news is that Harrison Fields, Trump's surrogate, says that the debate is going to happen, even though there's bias in people. A Democrat agent says that they are scared, pretty much saying that the Republican side is scared of this debate. Obviously, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens come September 10th, 2024 in Pennsylvania. and see exactly what the plan is for each side and see how the voters react to this debate. I have another story for y'all. Pretty much Times Opinion. This is an organization that decided to target undecided voters throughout the election. They pretty much kicked it off just before the DNC happened, the Democratic National Convention. The group said that Mr. Trump was to blame for the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. They described him as a traitor, narcissist, and untrustworthy. The group was then asked to rate Mr. Trump and Ms. Harris. Basically, Mr. Trump got a lot of 4s, 5s, and 7s, while Ms. Harris got 3s. Obviously, the group saw their speeches, Mr. Trump's speech, Ms. Harris' speech, and the ratings didn't get that much better. For Mr. Trump, they remained the same. For Ms. Harris, they got a little bit better. Obviously, these people, this group that went to the Democratic National Convention, got interviewed before and after they attended the convention, and their views didn't really change much. They did criticize Ms. Harris on several topics, on a lot of topics actually, but they criticized that she offered a problem but didn't offer a solution. So on that note, it's very important to understand, what side you're on. Obviously, when you go to a conference, a Democratic conference, a Democratic National Conference, you're supposed to pretty much be Democrat. Why would you be a Republican going to a Democratic National Convention? Obviously, can there be Republicans at a Democratic National Convention? Of course there can. There can be. But, with the Republican National Convention, it's like a conference, obviously. And we're going to see exactly what these two people are going to talk about on September 10th. There's going to be a debate. It's going to be the presidential candidate from the Republican side versus the presidential candidate from the Democratic side, or the Democrat side. Obviously, it's going to be moderated. There's going to be 2 moderators on there. And it's going to be broadcasted through ABC. And basically, it's going to be happening in Pennsylvania. This debate is going to be happening in Pennsylvania. That's where Joe Biden's from. President Joe Biden's from Pennsylvania. And the debate is going to happen there as well. So, for those of you who forgot, President Joe Biden dropped out of the race on July 21st, gave Kamala Harris a chance, current Vice President Kamala Harris a chance. And obviously, just recap, Kamala Harris chose 6 candidates to replace her for Vice President, to run in the race with her, but for the vice president chair. And obviously, as you all know, Tim Walz is the nominee that won that nomination. Pretty much. Thank you for joining, and of course, let's tune in and see what these targeted individuals think about Mr. Trump and Miss Harris after their debate. Will they tune in and vote for Mr. Trump, or will they remain loyal, or will they vote for Miss Harris? Former President Donald Trump, is doing the best he can do. We already said the 3 objectives that he has. He has putting food at the table, lowering gas prices, and of course, pulling us out of wars from around the world. On the other side, Miss Harris pretty much remains somebody that pretty much we know nothing about, and that seems to be one of the good things that's helping her, as a presidential candidate. Y'all have to remember though, it hasn't been 100 days of her running as presidential candidate. So it's gonna be 100 days on, let's see, there's probably on November 1st. On November 1st is gonna be 100 days. Around there. Anyways, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Again, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the story. Let me know in the comments, and of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, it's until next time. Anyways, thank you for joining, and of course, it's until next time. Anyways, let me know what you think on the comments, and hit me with a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. With that said, it's until next time.